Hello everybody and welcome to Zombie Army 4 Dead War. I got a request to do a complete walkthrough of this game with 100% collectibles. As you can see in the upper right, I have started over and I've made myself a level 1. I've already done my settings, so let's get into the campaign and pick new campaign. We're going to try on medium difficulty here. And we're going to pick our loadout. I want to grab my character, make him look good. And now let's go for the guns. So we've got 3 guns to choose from. We've got the Gewehr 43, the M1 Garand, and the Mosin Nagant. That's equipped by default. But for this playthrough, I've seen everybody on YouTube using the Mosin Nagant. It's a good rifle, but let's be a little bit different. The M1 Garand is a great middle ground, and we're going to benefit from its rate of fire as well as its reload speed, where the Mosin Nagant is a 5 rounds. It's a bolt action, and you can see how low that rate of fire is compared to the Garand. For the secondary, I will be going with the MP44 because it has a nice upgrade path, and we are going to need its power later on. If any shotgun challenges or anything that requires a shotgun comes up, I'll reserve that job for the drilling, just because the trench gun here just leaves a lot to be desired. It's not terrible. It can do work on easy mode, but it doesn't get those doubles or triples that you're going to need in those tough situations. And for the pistol, we're going to stick with the 1911 because the C96 is not that great. And while the Webley is a very nice hand cannon with some very nice damage, it's just like the Mosin, it suffers from that reload speed and rate of fire. So we're going to have a nice balance setup here that I'm dubbing the Jason Statham, because if you've ever watched The Expendables 2, you know his favorite quote, "You can't beat a classic," and this is a pretty classic setup. Got our perks down here, so you start out with a second chance, and I'll talk more about that later when we get to it. But as for right now, let's get this game started.
The Nazi war machine was on its last legs, hammered on all sides by Allied forces. After so much sacrifice, so much horror, it seemed the world would wake at last from its nightmare. Instead, Hitler woke the dead. The Allies didn't stand a chance. Hitler's trolls were tireless, numberless, merciless. They came from everywhere. Nowhere was safe. But we formed a resistance, and we fought on despite the odds. The Dead War, we called it. After months of brutal losses, a volunteer squad turned the tide. They cast Hitler into another world, cutting the head from the snake. And yet still the war rages. Even with no leader and no purpose, the dead roam the earth in swarms 1,000,000 strong. And us? Well, we're taking the world back, one bullet at a time.
Still no response from base. Something must be up with the radios. Better get back there.
Okay.
Blows a fuse.
So as you can see in the upper left-hand side, we've got a challenge here to dismember 20 zombies. And the lower left-hand side, you will see we've got 4 collectibles to get: a zombie hand, a document, a comic book, and an upgrade kit. So let's get started. Now, when it comes to dismembering zombies, when you just have your rifle, we don't want to go for headshots right here. We want to go for the body and try to make the body explode with these critical hits. So that's what we're going to do right here, and try to stack as many dismemberments as we can. Sometimes they'll just die, but we'll get it. There's one. There's 2. Actually, we've got 3. We must have hit one in the background that I didn't see. That was a mistake. Okay, we've started off with 3. We should have 3 more zombies that rise up from the ground here. That was another mistake. And we got a double kill. So we're starting out with 3. Not a great start, but I'm pretty confident we can get this. So now we're just going to move on and come up the climb up the wall here. And there are no collectibles in this area, so you are free to just run to the door.
Welcome back. Good to see you're still in one piece.
What's with the lockdown? What happened?
The brass issued an evac order. We're getting out of this dump. Go talk to Bruno. He's been waiting for you.
Alright, so we've got these cages in this area with zombies, so what we can do here is we can attempt to get a dismemberment kill on one of them. Got one. So we're at 4 of 20 now. There's nothing else in these cages. We do have a med pack here we can pick up. And this place also has all these ammo refill stations, so we can restock on ammo. Also a rifle over here. And I am not swapping for the G43. But there are no collectibles in this area. We can move through this door, and let's go talk to Bruno.
What took you so long, eh? I thought we'd have to leave without.
So talking to Bruno here, he opens this door right here where we need to go.
Orders came this morning.
And once they're done talking, I'll show you where our first collectible is.
We were until the damned radios went down. Think you could help? Go upstairs and take over from Jack. Then we'll get you to your train.
I'll see what I can do.
Alright, so we're going to move to the door, and to the left side of the staircase here on the table is our first collectible, the document. I'll leave it here for a couple seconds if you want to pause the video and read it on your own. That's alright. You can also interact with the typewriters, and they write random stuff. Oh cool, I've got a #1 fan. But for now, we're going to move up the stairs, and we're going to open this door. And right here on the back shelf, you can see it glowing, is our next collectible, the comic. continuing to move toward our objective. We're going to run into Jacques here. And he's going to want us to get these zombies off the radio tower in the back.
All over it, and they just won't stay still. Maybe you could clear them out, eh?
I swear these things get dumber every day. Stand aside.
Ah, merci whenever you're ready. Just aim and squeeze, mon ami.
So, but first, before we hit the radio tower, we've got all these zombies down here and all these explosive barrels. Now you can shoot the pallets, but they're pretty finicky as to whether or not they actually count toward the dismemberment. So I'm going to leave the pallets alone. And we're just going to shoot the explosive barrels.
Problem?
Got a triple off of that. So we're at 7. I didn't mean to ricochet and kill that zombie. There's another triple. We're at 10. Just trying to wait for them to move closer to these barrels. $12. These guys aren't really moving, so I guess the pallet is our resort here. No, it's 12. We're just going to hit these guys in the body then. We're at 15. No, it's still at 17. It looked like he exploded. He definitely exploded, so we're at 18 of 20. Now it looks like the chain reaction from this truck finishing its explosion got us our last 2 that we needed, so we are complete. 21 of 20 dismemberments. Also in this area, you can see this little thing right here running along the path. That's our next collectible, the zombie hand. Let's go ahead and shoot it real quick. Elvira. So now we are good to complete our objective and get these guys off the tower.
Très bien, look out, Ersks. Captain Headshot is here. Search marksmanship. Magnifique. Amazing, you have the eyes of an orc. You are a true hero, a lifesaver. I thank you.
Might as well
The heavens, it works.
shoot a couple, that way we can reload and have a full magazine.
Medical for a quick checkup. Then we'll see about getting you to your train.
We can refill on ammo right here. So as you can see, we've got the challenge complete. We've got 3 out of the 4 collectibles. We don't have to go in here. Really, we can just kind of move right along. And as you can see here, we've got these boards. And you can see through the slot here, there's something inside. So all we got to do is melee the boards out of the way. And this room is where we find our final collectible, the upgrade kit. We can also walk in here and use this typewriter, and it spawns these creepy girl dolls. And I don't know if there's like an Easter egg with it if you shoot them all before they disappear. You can let me know in the comments if that's the case. But that is all the collectibles for this chapter. We've got our challenge complete, and we got all 4 collectibles. So we are free to move on down to the safe room. And once the door closes, there we are, chapter complete. Now when you go for these challenges, you have to do specific things, and you're not always going to be able to gold star every chapter. You're not always going to have to get the highest combo or the higher awards. So what we're going to focus on is getting our collectibles, and I'm going to do my best to complete the challenges for you guys. But as you can see, that is a chapter 1 of mission 1 over. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you.